Palma. Oh,
man.
that's unfair, man. Palma, 7 points in the game.
To Del Fuentes.
wow.
Delgado takes the shot and knocks it down. Valoria is open. 3-point.
Goodness! Face a jumper by Robin Celis.
Caballero has time.
Now it's Martin Rosso. Turnaround jumper. Oh my goodness.
And it's not only just one player. You look at the numbers.
A win against a fellow contender, a comeback win, a quality win.
6:22, Alforge forcing the issue. Oh, he gets the basket and he foul.
There's one more. Trying to close out this quarter with a bang with that three-pointer.
Mabula puts it in. The muscle man. Turnaround shot. Yes.
San Juan Knights just dominating so far.
This game carried a lot of weight on the shoulders of the Heat Waves. It's a beautiful Thursday evening dito sa city of San Juan, and it's great for basketball action dito sa Phil Oil Center as two teams from the north, two powerhouse teams from the north battle it out in our main game ngayong Huwebes. Hesed Gabo and the Pangasinan Heat Waves are running at 5th in the ultra tough North Division. Mike De Gregorio trying to help out the Heat Waves this season. One of the new recruits ng kanilang kupunan, and he is going up against another new signing in Lucas Colliar, brought in from the free agency pool. Lucas played for Nueva Ecija under Coach Don Dulay. Now he will be suiting up for San Juan under Coach Alex Angeles. Craniel Viloria expected to step up in the absence of Orlan Nuamar, who is hurting at the moment. He will miss the game, but San Juan has more than enough talent as they try to get a victory against Pangasinan dito sa kanilang home court. It's another primetime battle between Pangasinan and San Juan dito lang sa liga ng bawat Pilipino. Sa Dev Tupas kasama si Javi Palanya. Magandang gabi po mga kaliga, and magandang gabi din sa nanonood sa atin sa Facebook and sa YouTube, and good evening to our viewers on Solar Sports. Kasama din natin mamaya si Mika Abisamis and Javi. Very important game again because San Juan trying to keep that record very good because they only lost once this season. Ito naman Pangasinan, they want to move up in that North Division ladder.
Both teams on a roll. San Juan is on a 5-game winning streak after that loss to Nueva Ecija, while Pangasinan has won 5 of their last 6 games, only losing to the Abra Weavers in that stretch.
And tingnan muna natin team standings before anything else, and we see they're number 6 ngayon ng Pangasinan. I correct myself, akala ko number 5 sila because Caloocan pala maganda yung ginagawa din, no? 12 na yung panalo nila. Pangasinan has 2 less games, so they have a chance to catch up. Etong San Juan naman 14-1, number 3 at the moment, but this is a very very tough division to be in. And Pasay, Ilagan, Caloocan, Pampanga, San Juan, Abra, Nueva Ecija, all very difficult teams to beat.
Well, a win by San Juan will tie them with the Abra Weavers today. But of course, if they lose, bababa sila further into that 3rd spot, which brings Pangasinan closer to overtaking the Caloocan Batang Kakalo. And with a win today, Pangasinan, they would hope that Caloocan would lose this Saturday. But of course, Caloocan has also been playing well as of late.
A lot of big games here in the MPBL, and we talk about big games. You talk about big game players, and one of them for Pangasinan is a known big game player, but he has yet to really show himself dito sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. Mike De Gregorio, one of those players expected to step up big para dito sa Pangasinan. Only 6 points so far, and with his quality, and alam natin kung saan siya nanggaling, he came from the PBA and he was a double-digit scorer there. You expect him to carry that over here sa ating liga?
Well, he's still having trouble in adjusting to the style of play here in the league. And one surprising thing actually sa Delph na hindi natin nakita dun sa flash natin sa screen is the 9% three-point field goal shooting percentage of Mike De Gregorio this season. That's very surprising coming from a dead shot from the outside his whole career. So we're hoping that, of course, Coach Gerson is hoping that Mike De Gregorio could finally find a stroke from the outside to help complement the other key players of the Heat Waves, especially today against San Juan.
Well, they need him to step up. You know, ito namang San Juan, they've been getting contributions from everyone in their roster. Even without Orlando Omar, they got the job done against Pasig. Mike Calisan and John Galinato, two of those players. Ito si Galinato really has been a stable and steady contributor para dito sa kupunan na to. And of course, Mike Calisan, you know what to expect from him. He will run the floor, he will run hard, and he will give you that inside presence and inside scoring for the Knights.
Well, Galinato in this game certainly surpassing his average, having 13 points in that game. I think he's embraced the responsibility that's been given to him by Coach Alex Angeles, while Mike Calisan has always been very dependable, one of the most consistent players San Juan has seen over the past couple of years, and that's why he's been such a prized ward of this franchise alongside Orlando Omar na hindi pa natin nakikita in the past few games.
Well, when it's a big game, you know that there are other stars na nandito sa laro natin, and two of those stars representing Pangasinan and San Juan, Mike Mabulak and Dexter Marquez, two players who like to operate inside the paint. And Mike Mabulak, a champion already when he was with Nueva Ecija 3 seasons ago. Ito naman si Mike Mabulak, still si Dexter Marquez is trying to lead San Juan to a championship. They fell short in the North Division Finals last season, but Marquez is back with a bang. 13.5 points this season, 6.9 rebounds, and nakita mo malaking contributions dito ni Dexter Marquez para sa kay Coach Alex.
You're right, Sadel. I think Marquez is playing one heck of a season, perhaps one of his best seasons dito sa kanyang MPBL career. While Michael Mabulak, he's playing his best season since that championship run that they had against Nueva Ecija. He's struggled after that because of injuries, because of other things as well. But this year, he has finally found his footing again in a Pangasinan uniform, and Coach Gerson is more than happy to see his prized big man mixing it up again well against the other formidable front court players of the MPBL.
So for more on this matchup, let's go to Mika.
Maraming salamat, two of the bravest men in the front line, at syempre ilang beses na rin nagkatapat sa iba't ibang team. May Zamboanga, may Nueva Ecija, at ngayon Pangasinan at San Juan. Dex Marquez and of course Mike Mabulak. Mike, magandang gabi sa'yo. Alam kong marami kang memories sa court na to, good and bad. Di ko makakalimutan, magkakasama na kayo nila Coach Gerson. 23-0 kayo, natalo kayo ng San Juan noong panahon na yon. Anong masasabi mo na hanggang ngayon inaabangan tong matchup na to?
Always naman pagkalaban namin San Juan, lagi kami nagpe-prepare kasi talagang yung system nila at yung mga player talagang hindi, kahit sobrang bata ng lineup nila, alam mo yun, hindi sila pwedeng mamahain basta-basta. So ang ganda ng pagkakakoach sa kanila.
Mike, alam ko ngayon kailangan niyo ang suporta ng mga Pangasinense, no? Anong gusto mo sabihin sa kanila?
Yung mga nanonood na taga-Pangasinan dyan, keep supporting us through TV and pagdasal nyo manalo kami.
Salamat, Michael Mabulak. Dex, alam ko na hindi lang kayo naging magkalaban ni Mike, naging teammates rin kayo before nasa Basteca pa, nasa JRU siya. Anong masasabi mo sa Mike noon at Mike ngayon na naging champion na dito sa MPBL?
Napaka-hardworking niya kaya hanggang ngayon napaka-dominante niya. So sa game naman na to, naganda kami.
Maraming salamat. Anong gusto mo sabihin sa lahat ng San Juan fans na nandito sa loob ng Coliseum ngayong gabi?
Yung mga San Juaneño, maraming salamat lagi sa suporta at sana makuha natin yung panaling to.
Right. Maraming salamat, Dexter Marquez. Now it's gonna be Pangasinan versus San Juan. Miguel Pere, take it away.
And here we go, mga kaliga, with our main game here inside the Playtime Philo Center in San Juan City. It's Pangasinan Heat Waves versus your San Juan Knights, live on Solar Sports. This is the 2025 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7. Here are the starters, beginning with Pangasinan Heat Waves. Starting at guard number 6, Ian Melencio. Also at guard number 10, Ralph Robin. Playing center number 23, Jay Collado. Small forward number 9, Harvey Pagsanan. And at power forward number 2, the muscle man, Vic Manuel. The head coach for the Heat Waves is Gerson Cabiltes. Assistant coaches, Soy Catalan, Jun Marzan, Florian Pineda, Arias Sison, Harold Nang, Joseph Guion, Dan Xavier, and June Medina. And now, San Juan City, get on your feet, because it's time to meet the starting unit for MPBL Season 2 champions, San Juan Knights. Starting at guard, number 7, Ron Dennison. Also at guard, number 13, Royce Alforque. Small forward, number 18, Nico Panganiban. Playing center, number 2, Mike Calisan. And at power forward, number 21, Raynel Hugnatan. The head coach for your San Juan Knights is Alex Angeles. Assistant coaches, Jonathan Banal, RB Mangahas, James Songpin, Nat Gregorio, Paulo Gorospe, Jigs Guadamur, and PJ Maningan. Team managers, Jonas Mon.
Here we go. Starting 5 brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Pangasinan has Ian Melencio, Ralph Robin, Jay Collado, Vic Manuel, and Harvey Pogsanhan. San Juan naman has Royce Alforque, Ron Dennison, Mike Calisan, Raynel Hugnatan, and Nico Panganiban. So many interesting matchups right here, and the win for either team will definitely have an impact in the playoff race in the north. San Juan in blue wins the tip.
Yeah, both of these teams have a lot in common, Sidelf, aside from the fact that they are two of the best offenses in the league, with Pangasinan averaging 81.7 points per game and San Juan averaging 80.5. These two coaches, Coach Gerson and Coach Alex, also have the propensity to mix it up in their starting units. They've come up with different combinations in their starting 5 throughout the season.
Well, it's really just, a testament na buo itong mga sistema nitong mga dalawang coaches na to, no? And they trust players that whoever is there may execute ng plano because they do have a system in place already.
Tama ka dyan, and expect a heated chess match between these two coaches.
San Juan missing their heart and soul, Orlan Wamar, due to an injury. Alforque finds Calisaan. It's a good challenge galing kay Jay Collado.
Although we mentioned that these are two of the best offenses, make no mistake about it, these are also two of the best defensive teams that we have in the league. San Juan only giving up 68.3 points per game, while Pangasinan is giving up 75.1 points per game, as we see the first basket on the board galing kay Vic Manuel.
That was a beautiful spin to the baseline, and the layup galing kay Vic Manuel. 2-0. Pangasinan. Nico Panganiban is open, a 3, no good. And Robin will let that go out of bounds. It really should be a really nice game here. Senator Jinggoy Estrada, team owner of the San Juan Knights. Harvey Pagsanhan. Go back to Vic Manuel. Medyo malayo ang tanggap ngayon ni Muscleman, but no problem. He was able to get his shot off, hindi lang na pumasok.
Magandang matchup yan at the 4th spot. Two former Alaska Aces nagbabantayan, Hugnatan and Manuel.
Raynel gets it back and lays it in for 2.
Nag-abot ba sila sa Alaska?
Hindi, because Meralco na si Papare.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think a large chunk of his career nasa Meralco, even the coach, as a coach, assistant coach si Papare doon.
Yeah, and that's why before the game he was sharing a short conversation with another former Meralco ball in JP Maguliano.
Bata na yan, si JP Maguliano.
Very proud siya dyan.
Alforque will go to Panganiban, matched up against Robin. The pass to Dennison, nabitawan ng bola. Masyadong malakas. And this is the second straight game that San Juan is not having Orlan Wamar. It's a huge test for them. They went up against Pasig last week. They won that game. But iba naman to ang kalidad ng Pangasinan Heatwaves. Vic Manuel has 5 points to start the ball game in the first 3 minutes.
And I think this is the year in his career that he's shot the most from the outside. Ito si Vic Manuel. 14.9 points per game this season, leading Pangasinan in scoring. And averaging 33.3% from beyond the arc this year. Ito si Vic Manuel.
Here's Robin. Pass too low for Jay Collado. Ball is loose. The tap from Denison. Alforque looks ahead. The bounce pass. Panganiban. Well defended. Pagsanhan, but he stepped on the line. And actually, Javi, may ano kagad tayo? May feedback kagad tayo. Kaya Coach Alvin Tanyada sabi niya, nagsabay daw talaga si Vic and Papa Ray sa both with Alaska and Meralco.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that information. Assistant coach of the Muntinlupa Cagers, Alvin Tanyada.
Alam mo, hindi ko ma-imagine na ganun nakatagal din si Vic Manuel na naglalaro.
You're right. That's just a testament to how well he has really taken care of his body. I think those two guys, it's no secret that they're still on the court playing the game at a high level.
Well, Papa Ray is already 40. 40. Sorry. Vic Manuel though knocks down the 3. 8 straight points para kay muscle man Vic Manuel.
I think he's very motivated. You could see it on his face. He has determination written all over it going up against San Juan and Reynel Hognatan. But what a diss. Hindi rin naman nagpapahuli si Papa Ray dito.
A veteran showing up for this big game. Manuel again. Got it! Muscle man flexing early.
Honestly, sa DEF, tumatayo yung mga balahibo ko ngayon sa katawan ko. I'm really enjoying and very thrilled and excited covering this game.
Mainit-init ang simula. Papa Ray trying to answer. Got it! Vintage. Reynel Hognatan with 5 points. Vic Manuel has 11. They now switch. Kalisaan is on Vic Manuel. Travel on Vic. Oh boy, what a start.
Scorching start for both of these squads. You see here, Pagsanhan going to the corner, hand in the face, no problem for the muscle man.
And sa kabila naman ang sagot ni Papa Ray. 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Hognata trying to find Kalisan. It's a turnover. Robin to Vic Manuel. Another 3. Yes, sir! Vic Manuel with 4 triples to start the game. And the Heat Waves are off and running 14-7.
All 14 points of Pangasinan so far in this game belonging to that man alone, and he has done it from beyond the arc and inside. The muscle man showing out here in the first quarter. Pangasinan doubling this output of San Juan. 4:48 to go in the first.
Vic Manuel showing that he has more than enough gas left in his tank tonight. Perfect from beyond the arc. 4 of 4. This is a 3 in transition to make it a 7-point lead for Pangasinan. The Heat Waves riding high on this explosive start from Vic Manuel. Let's go to Mika Abisamis.
A lot has been expected of the muscle man Vic Manuel since the start of this season. I asked, Vic, tingin mo ba naabot mo ng expectations ng team sa'yo? Sabi niya, tingin ko meron na pero kulang pa. He said isa nga daw sa challenges ang pagtakbo dito sa MPBL. Ano, nagulat daw talaga siya sa bilis ng mga tao, kaya naman yan ang wino-work on niya sa practices every day. But today, look at him. Sabi niya, alam mo Mika, gusto ko tong challenge na to eh. Lalo gusto kong ipakita kay Aldrich Ramos at Papa Ray na mas malakas pa rin ako sa kanila. And yes, Javi, goosebumps all over the place. So Delph, Javi.
Thank you so much, Mika. And those are former colleagues of Vic Manuel. Aldrich Ramos, he played alongside Vic with Tira Firma, just recently, just last year.
And before his entry here into the MPBL, Aldrich Ramos actually the longest tenured player of that Terra Firma franchise.
And look at the heat waves. Ganda ng simula nila, led by that man right there, Vic Manuel. Collado up against Papa Ray. Taken away by Panganiban. Masyadong malapit kay Melencio ang pasa na yun.
San Juan's so good at playing those passing lanes, and Panganiban, one of their best two-way players, no doubt about it.
Robin up against Ron Dennison. Drives left. Robin high. Arcing teardrop won't go. Here comes Alforque. Finds Calisaan, the dipsy-do from Mike Calisaan. And this is San Juan at its best. The point guard pushing and the big man running the floor and finishing.
That's the reason why the guards that they usually get are guards who can draw attention defensively. These guards get into the paint, they draw that initial defender and the help guy, forcing the defense to rotate at inaantay nila naman magkamali, malilibre yung big man. And that time it was Alforque connecting with Calisaan.
This is the assist of the game brought to you by OneXBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with OneXBet. Nice adjustment there galing kay Mike Calisaan to evade the defense. And Lucas Collar makes his debut for San Juan. Aldrich Ramos is in the game for the first time. Calisaan takes a breather. Nakapanibago din, no? Lucas Collar na hindi naka-Nueva Ecija jersey.
And not playing under Don Dulay.
Oo, isa pa yan. Ang matindi dito, maiksi pa rin yung shorts.
Yun ang di nagbago.
Hindi nagbago.
I think his whole MPBL career, he's played under Coach Don, right?
Absolutely. They foul AC Soberano on that drive. And they send him to the line. This is the fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Pop Personal Karaoke Speaker. Everyday karaoke.
You can't be too casual on those passes if you're going up against San Juan, especially if it's Panganiban playing those passing lanes.
We got a bunch of players who have PBA experience on the floor. Napoles, Flores, Ramos, Mabulak, Soberano, Galanza, Maiquez, Gabo, and Collar. Only Galinato does not have PBA experience out of the 10 players on the floor right now.
And that's because he's fresh out of college. But these other guys, yeah, they've been playing some time already. It's so nice to see these guys bring a lot of prestige to this league.
Battle-tested na lahat yan. Rebounding AC Soberano, Aldrich Ramos, the former Tamaraw. AC. Up against Jory Napoles. Nabitawan. Steal by Galanza. Napoles gets it back. Finds Gabo. Hesed takes it in. Finds Galanza for three. No. Napoles tracks down the miss. Up against Soberano. Lervin Flores with a jumper. That's off the mark. Rebound ni Collar.
If you're San Juan, that's the shot you want Lervin Flores to take.
Maiquez is fouled by Lervin Flores.
Immediately felt that contact and demanded that basketball. As soon as he got it, he went up for his move quickly and forced the referee to blow their whistle right away.
I'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. It's 17-12 with 1:31 remaining. Pangasinan cooling off after that hot start. Unti-unti na rin nakakahabol dito ang San Juan. A foul whistle on Aldrich Ramos.
That's the usual reaction after missed free throws coming from Senator Jinggoy Estrada.
Only the first team foul of the Knights. Mabula, a foul on Marquez. Second team foul.
Number 9, Dexter Marquez's first foul, 2 on the Knights. Shot clock at 16 seconds.
Sideline inbound, Mike Mabula. And it's with Jesse Gabo. Kulyara nakabantay sa kanya. Once teammates at Nueva Ecija. There is a whistle going against San Juan. Marquez, those are 2 quick fouls for him.
This is a very tall lineup that Pangasinan has on the floor. You got Gabo at the 1 and then Galanza in Napoles on your wings.
20 on the shot clock.
Baseline inbound para dito sa Knights, sa Heat Waves rather. Flores to Gabo. Hesed. Lervin finds Mabulak, short on the finger roll.
Maybe
Galinato.
that shot.
Ramos inside. Aldrich draws the foul. He'll get 2 free throws.
Foul on number 27 already.
And that's one thing you hate if you're Coach Jerson. You know, if you're Mabulak, you miss the shot, but you gotta make an effort na makabawi naman dun sa kabila. And he also missed Aldrich Ramos. Ramos was open for that reverse. Credit to San Juan for being able to locate their big man.
Aldrich Ramos only his second game para dito sa San Juan.
He played 14 minutes in his debut against Pasig. Went 2 out of 3 at 4 points against that Pasig City squad.
37 years old, Aldrich Ramos.
But I could tell he's still a lot left in his tank for sure.
Jesse Gabo. Mabulak inside, forced that one, well defended by Aldrich. Lucas Colliar surveys the floor. And looking for an opening, he goes to Marquez, who shoots the 3 and misses. Napoles looks ahead. Now with Gabo, 20 seconds remaining. Napoles fires a 3. Yes! And that is now 6 triples para dito sa Pangasinan. And only 1 2-pointer for the Heat Waves. Colliar, yes! And that is the end of the first period. San Juan and Pangasinan trading blows early on, but the quarter belonged to Vic Manuel. The muscle man had 14 points, hitting 4 triples to carry the fight para sa Heat Waves, who are trying to climb up in the North Division.
Already tying his season average in that first few minutes of this game, while Pangasinan as a team, majority because of Vic Manuel, already surpassing their average from the outside of 5 threes per ball game. That's why they're up right now after 1, 20-17.
Back inside Phil Oil Center in San Juan, Bonga Lanza yet to score here against San Juan, pero he will start the second period. Meanwhile, get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Here still with us, Dav Tupas and Javi Palanya and Mika Abisamis. At court side,
Second quarter.
Gabo able to track down that inbound. Napoles hit a 3 earlier. Lumapit siya ngayon. Mintis ang kanyang jumper. Rebound nakuha ni Galinato. 6 of 9 from beyond the arc ang Pangasinan. 2 of 5 for San Juan. Bagsak si Gabo. Offensive foul. Collar.
Obvious push that happened right in front of referee Alan Manzano there.
26.
Collier shoving Gabo to the ground.
First team foul.
I'm sure Gabo welcomes this matchup against his former teammate.
That's it. Mabulak now with Galanza. Nice pass inside. Great recovery galing kay Gamboa. Now he needs to defend Gabo. Inside they go. Lervin. The turnaround shot. It's short. Rebound. Mabulak. He's fouled. And 2 free throws coming right up for Mike Mabulak.
This San Juan defense now tightening up. They're doing a good job of rotating on those closeouts and just staying in front of their man, not getting beat. They make sure that there's someone in front of the guy with the basketball while the guys on the weak side still paying attention to their men.
Free throw of the game is brought to you by Extreme Appliances. Ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Former champion in season 4, Jerson Cabiltes. Mabulak, this is the second. 21-17 is the count.
Slow start in this game para kay Mike Mabulak. He had a couple of opportunities earlier that he muffed that was near the basket.
Gamboa inching closer. Maikes shot fake. Could not get past Mabulak. Collar, the extra pass. Aldrich from the corner. Got it. 3 ball galing kay Aldrich Ramos.
Pagkatanggap pa lang, he was already smiling because he knew it was money down the drain. Aldrich Ramos.
Collar with a steal. Galinato to the trailing Aldrich Ramos. Back out to Arvin Gamboa. 3-pointer, it's short. Maikes trying to track it down. And it goes back to the Heat Waves.
Pangasinan wanted a walk on Ramos earlier because they thought that he took an extra step before putting it down. But here, wide open, nobody on him. That closeout took too long to get to him.
Abilis din ang ball movement doon, Javi. But on the other side, San Juan, nakikita natin itong value ni Lucas Collier sa kanila. What he can bring to the table, that defensive intensity. And he's got a 3 already. So kita natin na sa opensa, may ibibigay din siya. But more importantly, defensively, he is a menace.
He really fits the kind of profile that San Juan wants from a guard. A pesky guy defensively, but on the offensive side, a guard who can push the basketball and really up the pace.
Collier to inbound. Pinasok na si Craniel Viloria. Will help out Collier with ball distributing duties. Viloria. Oh, Maikes lost his balance. Hinawakan daw siya, but it ends up as a turnover.
He's been slowed down here by multiple defenders. Pangasinan has thrown different bodies at him in this game. Still scoreless so far. Ito si Dexter Maikes.
Well, if there are only a few teams really that can, match up with the physicality of a team like San Juan, and Pangasinan is built for that. But a straight line drive, nobody stopping the ball, Javi. And Arvin Gamboa lays it in for 2. San Juan now on top early here in the second period.
That's a mortal sin. You gotta mark the guy with the basketball at least as soon as he crosses half court. Pinabuela nila dun si Arvin Gamboa.
That's the fast break of the game, brought to you by Extreme X Play on the go speaker. Take your music anywhere. San Juan's next 3 games, they play Bulacan on July 4. July 12 is a collision with the Quezon City Galleries Taipan. And on July 17, they battle the Manila Batang Quiapo. And our Mika Abisamis has an update for us.
Lucas Collar is back for the first time outside the Don Dulay system. Obviously, we know the guy brings in defense as you mentioned. Kaya hindi naman daw ganoon kahirap to understand another defensive coach in Alex Angeles. Had one practice with the Knights so far. He said he has learned some useful things in the PBA, but one thing is for sure, he needs to bring back the speed. Biro pa nga niya, I need to turn into Sonic the Hedgehog once again now that he is back in this running league. He understands his first challenge with the Knights is Hesed Gabo. Big shoes to fill in Orlan Wamar. But he said, maraming magaling dito sa liga na point guards, Mika. But I think I have earned the spot in the elite. I love the confidence immediately. Sidel Fabi.
Maraming salamat, Mika. And I have to agree. He is among the elite. And that's the reason why he actually earned a spot in the PBA. But that is on Lucas Collar. He saved that basketball there.
Yeah, Collar is saying that he had 2 feet inside. I was surprised. Our referee blew the whistle. This is what happened here. Gamboa threw a wayward pass. You see there, Collar got it in play, and he had 2 feet inside and was able to collect it. But Alan Manzano still saying that it was Pangasinan basketball.
And another turnover. Maganda rin yung adjustment nitong San Juan. Kita natin that that early storm na binigay dito ng Pangasinan na-survive nila and nalampasan pa nila.
They're now making sure that there are a lot of bodies in front nito ni Vic Manuel and not just one-on-one coverage.
Inside they go. Maikes makes the adjustment. Kanino kaya yung foul? It looks like it will go against Vic. Ayun, Mike De Gregorio.
Shooting 2. Dexter Maikes.
Maikes now with a chance to get on the board here, although he did miss his last 2 free throws earlier to the dismay of Senator Jinggoy Estrada.
Well, Dexter had 20 points against Pasig, 7 of 12 shooting, 11 rebounds. And you can see the San Juan team defined ang mga roles nitong mga players dito. And that's also something that I think gives Lucas Collar a little more comfort. Na papasok siya dito, buo na yung sistema, he can, bring a lot of his skills to the table. And then help his team reach the top.
At yung ginagawa ng San Juan this year under Coach Alex is no different from what he's been used to doing his whole career.
Here's Collar, blocked. Melencio is protesting the call, and Gerson Cabiltes is agreeing to that. And now a challenge on that 3-point attempt from JC Collar. Call made by referee Alan Manzano. Kasama niya si Jen Manansala, Karina Martin. Ray Gabriel is the substitute referee. Babalik kami after this coach's challenge.
Upon review, the challenge was unsuccessful. Call on the floor stays. Foul on number
Unsuccessful
16,
challenge for Coach Gerson, so that is...
3 for the Heatwaves.
So wala na siyang challenge dito. Caught him on the follow-through, Javi.
Yeah, definitely. Some contact there. But Pangasinan is trying to argue that the hand is part of the ball. Of course, sometimes there are referees who interpret that in a different way. So now our officiating crew deciding to uphold that initial call. But you can see here, referee Alan Manzano going over there to Coach Gerson Cabiltes to try and explain that call.
Cuellar goes 2 for 2 so far. Gusto mo dito kay Lucas Cuellar is yung depensa niya. But ngayon, so far, providing some much needed baskets para dito sa Knights. He's got 6 points.
I think San Juan really got him at a good time. You know, his experience in the PBA, coming back here to the MPBL has definitely brought him a lot more confidence. So what we saw in his time with Nueva Ecija prior to his stint with Phoenix in the PBA, right now you're getting an upgrade.
Yes.
Itong San Juan.
Maguliano squeezing through traffic, does not get that one to go in. Marquez is fouled. 0 for 6 in the quarter for Pangasinan. It's a rough stretch here for the Heat Waves. It's actually right now, Javi, a 19-7 run. We were at 14-7 at one point after that three-pointer ni Vic Manuel. And, ngayon, ito ng San Juan ang lamang.
And what's happened since then is Pangasinan has had a difficult time of keeping in step with the pace that San Juan has set.
May sumabit doon. It's JP Maguliano.
And the fouls have come up plenty for Pangasinan here in the second quarter. Similarly happened as well in the first period where Pangasinan was also in early penalty situation right around this time, midway through the period.
And Dexter Marquez at the line. A 9 free throw difference between the two teams. It's the 5th miss at the line para dito sa Knights. The 3rd para kay Dexter Marquez. Marquez split. And he's got 2 points. All of them from the free throw line. Pagsanhan to De Gregorio now with Milencio. Milencio crossover. Lets Sabandal fly by and knocks down the jumper.
It's been a while since Pangasinan's been able to score in the half court. That's a welcome sign for the Heat Waves. Melencio getting his first bucket of the game.
Marquez misfires. Rebound tracked down by Craniel Viloria. Joem Sabandal said he wants to work with Calisaan. Joem recovers. Layup. Got it. Off the glass and in.
Somehow, some way, the improvisation of Samandal getting it to go there. He lost it momentarily and just flipped it up towards the board.
Pagsanhan, a 3. It's short. Maguliano with a rebound. No call. And defensive rebound secured by Mike Calisaan. Sabandal. The handoff to Soberano. Now with Viloria. Back to Soberano. Marquez. Still no go. De Gregorio. Milencio finds Maguliano sa ilalim. JP finally scores his first basket, making his return to this Pangasinan lineup. Already in the PBA as a reserve for the Meralco Bolts. Now getting much needed, playing time here.
Very important that other guys from Pangasinan stepping up to the plate and scoring for the Heat Waves. As we see Soberano dialing it down from the outside, because if you're seeing the scoring chart here for Pangasinan, after those 14 points by Vic Manuel, the next guys are guys who've scored 3 points, and that's a lot of players. But you can't help to think kung hindi maka-score si Vic Manuel.
3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. That time, off the dribble ang tira ni AC Soberano, usually a catch-and-shoot guy. Hugnatan, catch-and-shoot. No good. Pagsanhan to De Gregorio. Mike De Gregorio spins. Right there, improvising, and Mike De Gregorio flipping it up and in.
I thought he was going nowhere there. Thought he was stuck in quite a different space there near the basket, but still managed to get those 2 points.
Masyadong malalim si Mike dun. Nahanapan niya pa ng paraan. Here's Viloria. Middle drive, the kick out. Sabandal nails the three and the foul. Referee Ana Manzano signaling an unsportsmanlike foul, but the three will count for Joe M.
Take a look at this. A little drive and draw against that little space in the middle. Viloria through the defense. Sabandal was waiting on the wings, knocking it down. A little landing spot foul.
Well, the call, the replay showed na it wasn't bad as we initially thought because signal nga ni referee Alan sportsman-like foul eh.
Yeah, there's still a chance that it could be downgraded, but our referees trying to review that, and I'm sure they're going to check multiple angles of this replay.
And San Juan now with an 8-point lead. And how quick has this turnaround been? Ibang klase. As soon as they settle down, they have dictated the proceedings here in their home floor.
It took them a while to try and manage the nerves. Obviously, this is a big game for them. Only the third time after that loss to Nueva Ecija that they're actually going up against a team in the upper half of the team standings. But in this 5-game winning run that they've had, Sidel, after that loss to the Rice Vanguards, they've been so impressive, beating teams by an average margin of 26 points per game.
Joem Sabandal, three!
It is an unsportsmanlike foul.
Unsportsmanlike foul on number 6, Ian Melencio. Third foul on Ian Melencio. Substitution, King Gurtiza for Ian Melencio.
So it is a landing spot foul, unsportsmanlike. Galing dito kay Ian Melencio. Yep, he was there. Did not allow Sabandal enough space to land.
And they are livid.
Yeah.
Para sa kanila, hindi landing spot yun.
No, they're trying to argue dahil pa-forward daw kasi yung talon. But the thing is, you know, when you jump forward, if you're the offensive player, when you're playing defense, you still have to let the guy shooting the basketball enough space, a decent spot to land.
And it will stay with San Juan, and this lead is now 9
Shot clock at 14
with
seconds.
2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining dito sa ating first half. What a turnaround from the Knights.
2 minutes.
Sabandal lumapit, got hit there. Rebound ends up with Harvey Pagsanhan. Mike De Gregorio will play the point up against Cranial Viloria. They go to Vic Manuel. Blocked by Soberano. Maguliano fires a three. No. Pagsanhan with the rebound. Nobody boxing out Pagsanhan. De Gregorio. Atake sa gitna. Left-handed scoop is good.
I like what I'm seeing from Mike DG right now. The confidence has definitely increased, and you could see that he is now fitting in seamlessly to what Pangasinan has been doing within the flow of their offense.
Cranio wants a clear out. Papare with the pick. Viloria jumper too strong, and look at Kalisaan able to win that offensive rebound, pero natapikan siya. And the shot clock expiring.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a review on a possible shot clock violation.
This is the Gixxer great move of the game, born for greatness.
This was that tough move right there, deep into the baseline. It's still able to get it off the glass and in. Mike De Gregorio already with 4 points in this game.
Parehong mahirap yung basket ni Mike De Gregorio, but really, there's no other way. Because that is the only thing that the defense is giving you.
But despite that, you know, I'm still contented with what I'm seeing from him at this point because he's been settling for a lot of jumpers in most games. It hasn't been falling for him. We know that he could make those shots, but now, you know, I think he's determined to contribute in a different manner, and now he's getting those points inside the paint.
It's a shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation. Substitution, Ken Villapando.
They were hoping for a foul actually. Juan Calisaan. Kenneth Villapando is in. Trying to finish the half on a high. The San Juan Knights. The Heat Waves have cooled off, as we mentioned. Vic Manuel scored the game's first 14 points. Villapando taps that ball away. Vic Manuel, a three, too strong. And Villapando secures the rebound, and he gives them a lot of energy and athleticism. Kenneth Villapando thought twice there nung aatakihin niya sana ang pintura.
But they tried to go for that mismatch with pagsanhan on Calisaan. Rare to see Reynel Hugnatan throwing an errant pass. San Juan with their 7th turnover in this game. Both teams with the same number in that department.
26.7 seconds remaining. Ron Dennison returns. Para bantayan ka, Javi. Si Ralph Robin.
I thought hindi mo na maalala eh.
Hindi pwede. Hindi pwede, my friend. 36-29. The 5-second differential. Game clock and shot clock. No, just 3 seconds. Sorry about that. De Gregorio, 8 seconds. Picks up his dribble. He recovers. De Gregorio will take it in. He gets blocked, but a foul. But I like what I'm seeing from Mike DG.
He's taking it to the rack, Shadelf. I thought that was poor spacing. The initial play that they called, nobody was trying to cut towards that middle. Late rin yung naging cut ni Gortiza pa ilalim, but good thing Mike De Gregorio was able to pick it up and tore that defense apart, beating everybody to the basket.
Parang sinabi na siguro ni Mike DG, if this is what it takes for me to impact the game, then I have to put my body on the line every time I get into the paint.
I mean, it's already the second half of the season, and I'm sure 15 games is enough for him to realize how he will be able to contribute.
Timeout, Sun Knights.
And Knights sue for time. 3 seconds remaining in the first half. They're up by 5 against Pangasinan. We'll be right back. Commissioner Kenneth Duremdes, Head of Security, Rudy Distrito, Head of Operations, Emer Oreta, in attendance dito sa Phil Oil Center. Coach Chito Victolero, Coach Randy Alcantara. Ano yun ah? Mapua.
Yes, sir.
Mapua connection.
And former San Juan Knights as well.
Yes. 3 seconds remaining sa bandal. Missed everything there, but the San Juan Knights, after surviving that early surge from Vic Manuel, They are now ahead at the break, 36-31 for the Knights against the Heat Waves.
I came from nothing. Just a small boy from streets of General Santos City. No shoes, no food, no chance, just a dream in my heart. From flyweight to junior middleweight, 8 divisions. Thank you. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Mabuhay ang bawat Pilipinong nangangarap at lumalaban. This is our victory. This is our story, and the best is yet to come.
Manny Pacquiao is annihilating Oscar De La Hoya. That is the most spectacular one-punch set of Manny Pacquiao's incredible career. And he fights his way up and goes down again. Straight left lands for Manny. Does he have Cotto in trouble? Manny Pacquiao is a storm. Another huge left hand by Pacquiao. Punch after punch after punch. And he finds the straight left hand. And there's the punching down. Look at the brilliant accuracy of Manny Pacquiao. Landing with both right and left hands. This is why we use the word sensation.
Lastimosa, foot on the line. Still no go, and Larry Rodriguez doing a terrific
What a
job.
pass.
Wow! And Tolentino with a finish. Saktong-sakto.
I don't know who that was, but it looked to be Larry Patrick Mahomes Rodriguez.
Hindi ba Tom Brady yun? What a pass.
Ang mahirap pa sa pasa na yon, got the rebound in traffic, halos malapit na siya dun sa baseline, no, sa linya ng binyan. But the look ahead sa kabilang court, and obviously yung pag-execute ng pasa.
Pangasinan went too early. Gives an opportunity for Batangas, but Keith Pido getting the steal. Enough time for Pasig City. 5 seconds remaining. Manalang gets it back. Warlo Batak. Tax Bindel lays it up and in to beat the buzzer.
The young Warlo Batak making the right decision, not going for the three-point shot. He knew that he had it in him to be able to beat the clock by attacking the basket and still getting a high percentage shot.
Turco, it ends up as a turnover. Takbo si Jeff Comia. Comia stays in control, and Comia with a beautiful finish.
Sometimes you think that he's already out of control, but he really is in control. Gets another wily shot right there to not just entertain the crowd here, but to also extend this Davao lead.
Ano ba yun? Semi-Smithy ba yun?
Yeah, looking one way and going the other.
Moralde misses the layup.
Trying to fish for a foul, 2-on-1 coming up.
Sumido! Oh, Lander Cannon.
Pumatay ng lamok dun sa palpal na yun. Kita mo na.
Lines come. Son! Basket and one. What a pass from Caballero to Eric Camson. Terrific finish galing kay Eric
So
Camson.
itong kombinasyon na to by Keanu and Eric ngayong gabi has been really effective.
Just went through it. The defense. Oh!
What a shot to beat the buzzer. How about that from Kit Jimenez?
Kit Jimenez already with a bunch of points in this game. Still 3 seconds. That definitely is gonna count para kay Kit Jimenez.
John Fa with a steal. 8 minutes left. John Fa switching hands in midair, and now has established his new career high of 26 points.
Determined. This kid, he will move heaven and earth just to try and carry his team. After that missed basket, you get the stop again. But now, It's back to a 60-point lead.
Wow! Wow! Where did that come from? Lawrence Paul Victoria gliding, hanging, and finishing. Look
Wow.
at this move.
Woo-wee! Me, oh my. Lawrence Paul Victoria.
Yan ang inaabangan ng mga tao dito.
Nabuhay ang Pasay Astrodome.
Castro with the ball. 4-second differential. Game clock and shot clock. Cuevas drives. It's short. Osicos to Espiritu. And Bulacan with a chance to win this game. Sumido. 5 seconds. JR Sumido with a runner. Oh! JR Sumido with a basket to give Bulacan the lead and possibly their first win of the season.
Kakaiba yung tapang na pinakita ni JR Sumideron. But this running shot, momentum carrying him to the left side, could be the possible game winner.
Big time plays from the Kuyas here down the stretch. The battle between two North Division contenders sees San Juan taking a 36-31 lead at the break against Pangasinan, and it was a hot start by Vic Manuel, scoring all of Pangasinan's first 14 points. But after Vic, there were a lot of questions kung paano sasagot itong heat waves sa counter naman ng San Juan. And It didn't look like he had enough support. Pero nandun si Mike De Gregorio sa dulo ng second quarter to pretty much steady the ship para dito sa Pangasinan and give them just a 5-point deficit na haharapin dito sa ating second half.
Well, if you're Coach Gerson, definitely thank goodness for Mike DG's contributions in the latter part of that second quarter. But before that, you're right, Cedil. The only guys that were able to contribute other than Vic Manuel were Jory Napoles and Ralph Robin, guys who scored 3 points. Good thing De Gregorio stepped in and really became aggressive, attacking the rack, scoring those last 2 baskets, ending up with 6 points. And I think Pangasinan has to really try and involve the other guys so that magkaroon ng mas marami pang variation yung opensa nila para medyo nanghuhula rin naman yung depensa ng San Juan. Because right now, San Juan, I think they feel like predictable yung opensa ngayon ng Pangasinan.
Oh, on the other side though, it's been a lot of players hurting itong heat waves. Colliar, the new signing, has 6. Sabandal has 6. Hugnatan and Ramos, the 2 veterans with 5 points apiece. Wala pa nga dyan si Kalisaan at saka si Maikes.
Actually, those 2 guys somehow struggled in this game. It's also because of the good coverage that Pangasinan has thrown at them defensively, especially in that first quarter. Maikes has somehow been able to get some opportunities. He's gotten fouled a lot, but he's missed a lot of his free throws too.
And the thing about one thing common about these 2 teams is that yung big men nila mas versatile compared to the other big men sa liga natin.
And that's why it's been a dogfight in the front court. You could see also mga big men ng Pangasinan, not named Vic Manuel, really having a hard time trying to contribute. Michael Mabulak hasn't had a good night so far, 0 out of 2 in this game.
Royce Alforque up against King Gortiza. Royce. Here's a double team now. Aldrich Ramos fires a 3. No good. And Gortiza completes the stop with a defensive rebound. Jay Collado now with Pagsanhan. Harvey back to King. Mike. There's a lot of space there. Mabulak trying to go for that sidestep. Natapik ni Denison. But a whistle going against San Juan.
I thought he could have gotten something going towards the left, but they decided to try and go towards that middle part of the floor. Or he was fouled.
Or he could have taken a jumper as well. Pero,
yeah, you're right.
Pero he wants to attack, and he was able to draw the foul. We'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Mabulak knocks down the first free throw.
That's his first point of the game.
Jeff Taunera, Orlan Wamar. So, nag-recover pa ito si Orlan Wamar. It's quite busy on that San Juan side at halftime, Avi. Dami kong nakipag-catch up ako dun sa mga familiar na mga mukha.
In my opinion, San Juan has definitely been one of the more successful programs here in the league that has been able to produce talent na talagang nakakaakyat sa kanilang mga careers. We've seen Clarito, we've seen Adrian Nocum, Michael Malonzo, and these guys now very successful in their PBA careers.
The assist of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. And you know what? Yun nga, I think it was a spin article recently na lumabas with the gems na nakita ni Coach Yeng Giao. And the reason why they're enjoying a really nice run here dun sa kanilang tournament naman sa PBA. And Joner Clarito is in attendance. Nagtatago siya dun eh. Or nanonood siya.
And now I see him. He's popped out near that tunnel. Kanina medyo hindi talaga siya makita.
Sa pagkakita ko sa kanya, tumalikod agad yung takot i-interview.
Well, he's always been a very low-key guy, so humble, despite the success he's now experiencing.
There's a call against Kalisaan. And Gabo has been sent to the free throw line. Tingnan natin yung nangyari dito.
He's trying to hold on Mabulak as he tried to deny that post entry from Collado. Nakakapit nga naman talaga siya, kitang-kita naman.
San Juan Knights is challenging the
They're challenging the call here. And they will go to the monitor and check. We will be right back for the result of this challenge.
Upon review, the challenge was unsuccessful. Call on the floor stays, technical foul on number 2, Michael Isan, for
So
taking
it's
a
an
foul.
unsuccessful challenge for Coach Alex Angeles.
Oh, but they're trying to argue that there was that push as well galing kay Mabulak. Pero nauna yung kapit ni Kalisaan.
It's been, it's gone both ways.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, let's check in with Mika.
Hesed Gabo has had 2 of his best games this season against strong North contenders. Against Nueva Ecija, he had 21 points. Lucas Colliar defending him then. Against Abra, he had 16 points. The Gerson Gabo tandem fans could say that Hesed still gives justice to the trust of his longtime coach during important moments. Obviously, the past 2 seasons have been challenging for this tandem, but here they are still valuing this partnership na isang tingin lang, alam na ang gagawin. Could this grow even more? Let's see, Sidel Javi.
Well, that is one of the more enduring partnerships in the MPBL basket and one. Yes.
Yeah, it is a basket and one. But Pangasinan, on the other hand, trying to say that there should have been an offensive foul called on the screen set by Kalisan that cleared up the lane para kay Panganiban. See, there's solid pick set by Michael Kalisan on Harvey Pagsanhan. In my opinion, he was well established there.
Oo, si Mike Calisan. And because sobrang bilis nga ni Harvey, syempre yung impact, ang balik, mas matindi din.
He was definitely blindsided by that.
Hesed gets it to Gortiza, back to Gabo. We will talk more about that Gabo Cabiltes partnership as we continue this ball game, and Hesed puts it in, trying to work his way back dito for the Heat Waves.
That's his first field goal here in this game. Talking about Hesed Gabo, I think it's high time for him to try and get something going offensively.
Great defense by Jay Collado. They crowd Panganiban, a travel on Nico. Referee Alan Manzano right on the scene. And Senator Jingoy Estrada is not happy with the call. He felt that should have been a foul.
Another thing that Pangasinan should also try and sustain here in this third quarter is to try and defend well without fouling, because they've gotten into the penalty early in the first 2 quarters.
Gortiza to Pagsanhan, back to Gabo, catch and shoot, no good. Denison, it's it to Panganiban. Nico, atake si Nico, umatras muna, bigay kay Aldrich. The handoff to Alforque, offensive foul, Aldrich Ramos. And there's no more challenge for both teams.
A little bit of movement with at the right part of the body. Galing dito kay Aldrich Ramos as he made that drop off.
Tingnan natin dito nangyari, Javi.
See here.
Oo, may konting extension dun sa kanang parte ng kanyang katawan. And Alforque sits. Binalik na si Lucas Colliar, number 26. Rekindling this matchup with Hesed Gabo. Collado providing the pick. They're trying to chase Gabo all over the floor now. Gabo fires a 3. Too strong. Pagsanhan with another offensive rebound. Collado inside. No! Fight for the rebound. Nakuha ni Mike Calisan. 41-35. San Juan with a 6-point lead. 6 minutes remaining in the third. Colliar Back to Kalisaan. Beautiful play for the Knights. 6 points para kay Mike Kalisaan. And it's an 8-point lead for San Juan. Hesed. Now with Mike. They go to Galanza. Got the step on Denison. Layup is too strong. Panganiban. Atake si Nico. The bump from Pagsanhan and 2 free throws coming up para kay Nico Panganiban. It all starts with defense, Abby.
You're right. At dito talaga sila nagaganahan.
This is the play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Another well-executed play. Kulyar to Kalisaan.
And they continue to show that added pep in their step. Another two-man game. They like to run that dribble handoff on one side. San Juan executing it beautifully, ending up with that Kalisaan basket. Pangasinan's defense has been a step slower here in the third quarter, and San Juan just making all the right reads.
Another low-scoring third period. 0 for 2. Nico Panganiban sa free throws. It's 7-4 so far dito sa ating third quarter. And we're nearly halfway there. Short on the 3. Vic Manuel, Mabulak. It's Denison who comes away with a loose ball. Ron Denison, Kalisaan. That ball poked away. It will stay with San Juan.
Clean swipe galing kay Bonga Lanza. Vic Manuel has certainly cooled down after that storm in the first quarter where he scored the first 14 points of Pangasinan. He hasn't scored since.
Kulyar up against Ian Melencio. Lucas finds Kalisaan. The jumper won't go. Rebound. Ian Melencio dive to the loose ball. Manuel will attack. Finds Maguliano. JP up against the trees and really na-intimidate siya doon, no? Na ang daming malalaki dun sa ilalim for San Juan to challenge his shot.
And you know what's been happening, Sidel, the past 3 times down the floor para sa Pangasinan? San Juan has been baiting them into good looks, but after they get to challenge well because there are a lot of blue shirts converging on that shot attempt that really...
As the defense of San Juan, Avi.
It's really different how San Juan has made it hard for Pangasinan because they're getting looks, but it has been very difficult. You see how many blue shirts were there to challenge that shot. That's practically been the story of this third quarter for Pangasinan.
Nandun na siya sa ilalim eh. Point blank. But look at the blue shirts there. And everyone's just looking around. The rest of the white shirts are just watching everything unfolding dun sa ilalim.
And the reason why San Juan has been able to get the lead in this game and maintain it is because of them really having that loose ball first. They're a step faster, maybe even 2 steps faster than Pangasinan in getting those 50-50s.
Kalisaan is fouled and another opportunity for San Juan. Again, another good look dun sa ilalim.
Quick decisions, quick passes, just making it hard for Pangasinan to rotate and put a guy in front of the shot. Most times it's going to be a late rotation ending up in what has just happened, a foul, putting Kalisaan back on the free throw line.
The difference has been the way they've been able to execute dun sa ilalim. It's more, mas malinis eh. Yung execution na San Juan. Compared dito sa Pangasinan, it seems a bit of a struggle to beat players off the dribble and then, well challenged sa taas. Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Missed free throws here. Keeping the Heat Waves within striking distance as well.
Dahil Sidel, ang tingin ko nangyayari dito sa Pangasinan in their half court to continue our conversation from earlier, parang nag-aantayan sila eh.
Tama. Manuel now beating his man off the dribble. Maguliano gets blocked again. And then si Kalisaan, Maguliano trying to power through. It's off him. And no more challenge for the Heat Waves. And welcome back, JP Magoliano.
And a lot of one-on-one situations as well para sa Pangasinan, which San Juan has done a wonderful job of defending against.
Cuellar drives middle, the kick out to Gamboa. Able to recover. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Napoles, the tap. Maiquez is open, a three. Yes! And Dexter Maiquez makes it a 10-point lead as he hikes his tally to 5 points. A little over 2 minutes remaining here in the third.
Manuel at Magoliano di nagkaintindihan kung sino babantayan nila doon. That's why Maiquez was left wide open. That's the first three in the game for Bonga Lanza. And the second since those 4 threes by Vic Manuel in the first half.
Bonga Lanza showing us the power of the shot fake there. Quick release. AC Soberano. Ang bilis ng sagot. 7 points in the game para kay AC Soberano. Galanza again. Manuel gets it back. He'll fire. No. Rebounding Dexter Maiquez. Gamboa. On the move, Arvin. Dexter. Lucas. Got the step, the bounce pass. Calisan for 2.
I think he has been the biggest mover in how San Juan has been able to maintain this lead. Pangasinan just having a hard time of figuring out what Cuellar has been trying to do here for the Knights.
And they settle for a three-pointer from Milencio. Back the other way, San Juan. Arvin Gamboa. Maiquez. Soberano. Cuellar. Down low they go. Naagaw ni Magoliano. And a foul given up by Lucas Cuellar.
Foul number 26.
Now 2 free throws coming up para kay JP Magoliano. Check out this play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
You see how Cuellar was able to beat his man, and then the late help not really committing. That's why the guy that was supposed to help the helper, late rin ang punta dun sa taong na libre.
Very rare that a signing picked up during the mid-season that you feel like, you know, saan kaya, you know, saan ang kondisyon ni Lucas Cuellar, papasok siya dito sa San Juan, you know, saan kaya siya with his sharpness and his conditioning, and he's sambak siya agad ngayon. And nakita natin, there's no problem with it. Easy.
Yeah, I don't think there was any doubt that they would get Cuellar in good shape because he's coming off that fresh from that Phoenix stint, and knowing Lucas, you know, he's one guy that's always been very responsible and keeping himself in good shape, and he has a lot of motivation to really do well. And I'm sure his father is very proud of how he's playing right now.
Very tough for Lucas dealing with the loss recently. But he has found sanctuary in basketball and returning to the MPBL and playing a huge role here for the San Juan Knights moving forward. You know, Ornan Romar is watching right now, and you know, I'm pretty sure he's giving Lucas Cuellar a stamp of approval.
Yeah, I want to reiterate what I just said earlier in the first half. San Juan is getting Lucas Cuellar 2.0. They're getting an upgrade from what we saw in Nueva Ecija earlier this year.
More mature and more experienced Lucas Cuellar is coming in.
And more confident as well.
Oh, I wonder what the stoppage is here.
While we have the stoppage in play, I'd like to take this opportunity to greet the parents of Cuellar's former teammates at CSB, ang parents ng kambal na si JJ and JS Domingo. Tito John and Tito Beth Domingo watching live right now on YouTube. Good evening po. Also my former teammates in high school. What's happening right now? Senator Jinggoy is trying to laugh off what happened.
Okay, hindi ko nakuha yung explanation. Sorry.
Ako rin eh, hindi ko rin nakuha eh.
Sige lang, diretso tayo, laro tayo. 23 seconds remaining.
That looked to have been a push.
Melencio slips. Manuel drives left. Finds Napoles inside. Challenged by Marquez, but Napoles refusing to give up. 10-point game. Taparay to Arvin Gamboa. Gamboa trying to finish. Tip in is good. That should count. That should count.
Wow. Napoles simply was beat to the spot there. This was good defense, but he didn't realize that Gamboa could have a second shot at it. Didn't realize that there was still time remaining for him to have a putback attempt, and that's exactly what happened. Gamboa not giving up on the play and getting 2 more points for the Knights.
Highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration. It was a defensive game in the first few minutes until Dexter Marquez, Lucas Collar, and Mike Calisan fueled this San Juan attack para dito sa Knights, and they will go into the final quarter with a 12-point lead. We're back inside center in San Juan. That's our Gixxer fan of the game, born for greatness. We are still here in San Juan para sa third game ng inyong triple header. Pahinga bukas ng MPBL. Biyaheng Ilagan, Isabela. May laro sa Sabado doon sa Capital Arena. Kita-kita tayo doon. Abra versus Caloocan, Ilagan versus Valenzuela. Yan po yung mga laro natin sa Sabado. Jory Napoles. Back out to Vic Manuel. Scoop layup is good para kay Vic Manuel. 10-point game. And look at the third quarter field goals, Javi. Pangasinan made to bleed. Right there, 4 of 20. 7 of 14 ng San Juan. And now we're looking at the execution from the Knights. 9 points for Marquez.
And they're looking like a well-oiled machine. And what they've seen for the most part of the season coming from San Juan. And when they're playing like that, they're very tough to stop. Quarter scoring right there on your screens. It was 20-13 in that third period.
Paparay, atake, the spin, the turnover. Mongalanza gets it to Ian Melencio. No, Napoles intercepted the pass. Ian for 3. 1 and done for Pangasinan.
The Heat Waves have settled for a lot of those
Backcourt
empty possessions.
Yes, yes. Gotta agree with that call,
Yeah.
Lucas.
Right in front of us. You know.
Bumalik na
Nakatawid na
siya,
siya.
nakatawid na. Okay, Mike De Gregorio has returned. Hesed Gabo is back on the floor as well.
I don't think De Gregorio played at all in that third quarter.
Yeah. Actually, tama. Almost a turnover, Vic Manuel. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Mike, just another empty possession para dito sa Pangasinan. And defense is holding strong for the Knights. Gamboa is fouled by Gabo.
The San Juan coaching staff, all of them really were very determined to give that side of the floor to Arvin Gamboa.
This is the play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. This is the problem when you face San Juan. Guys like Marquez, they are undersized at the 4 and the 5, but they move a lot.
Exactly. That's the reason why they're able to put a lot of points on the board, because the system gives them a lot of opportunity to get easy baskets. Yung talagang ititira na lang nila. They don't have to try and make shots for themselves anymore.
San Juan's champion coach in the second season of the MPBL, Randy Alcantara in red earlier. Sama si Coach Chito Victolero. We have a timeout. San Juan has increased the lead to 14 with 8 minutes remaining.
And to the team owner, Honorable Senator Jingoy Estrada.
San Juan overcoming Pasig in their showdown last June 19 at the Inares Sports Arena.
Well, they set the tone early in that game, or off to a good start, 20-11, before Pasig City made a big run in that second quarter. But the Knights made sure to restore order in the third period, outscoring Pasig City 21-11, and they never looked back, preserving that victory para sa kanila. Shot 10 out of 28 from the outside and were 29 out of 76.
Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer.
And by the way, Sidel, they played that game with 30 assists.
Without Orlan Omar.
Without Orlan Omar.
Very impressive. Tingnan natin ang sagot dito ng Pangasinan. Matagal pa to, ha? Pero turnover for the Heat Waves out of that timeout.
Yeah, they haven't been turning the ball over as much as San Juan has in this game. The problem is they've been botching opportunities with missed shots. A lot of one-and-done situations, a lot of forced shots, a lot of hurried attempts early in the shot clock for Pangasinan.
Napoles is back on the bench. 13 giveaways for San Juan, 11 for Pangasinan. Colliar gets it across. Gamboa. Papa Ray up against the muscle man inside. They go. Arvin bumped. He will get the bounce. Arvin Gamboa. Everything just going well para dito sa Knights.
He has been a headache for Pangasinan here in the second half. They've exploited the mismatch numerous times. That time it was Pagsanhan up against him, still with a height advantage. Just could not complete the three-point play.
8 points para kay Arvin. Hesed takes the jumper. No. Rebound ni Mabulak.
Gabaho has also been
sorry,
offline.
it's Marquez rather. Colliar on to Ugnatan. Ngayon, gusto na ulit exploit ang matchup dito with Pagsanhan. Gamboa finds Marquez. A lot of movement without the ball. AC Soberano, just everything just going in para dito sa Knights. 18 points ang lamang. Manuel Mintis, tip in by Mike Mabulak.
That's a rare basket para kay Mike Mabulak. Only his 4th point of the game. But you see the difference in the half court. After just a couple of dribbles from a guy from the San Juan Knights, you see a guy already cutting towards the basket or going through that middle, which gives the guy with the basketball an option to pass to.
And just the willingness to move without the ball. Alam mo, hindi rin madali yun. Because there's no guarantee that you will get the pass.
You're right.
So it's a bit of a sacrifice, but you're a pro and you have to do whatever it takes. Hesed, corner 3. No, Ugnatan with the rebound.
But it becomes less of a sacrifice when you know that it's really going to be for the betterment of the team, even though you don't get that pass.
Lucas gets it to Papa Ray. A 3 from Ugnatan, no good. And Di Gregorio secures the rebound. Mabulak in the middle. No! Ugnatan, double team. Cuellar quickly to Gamboa. Arvin. Back to Cuellar. Laking bagay ni Arvin Gamboa na siya yung nagdadala ng bola, no? And relieves the pressure out of the guards of San Juan.
I don't really know what Michael Mabulak's complaining about. Obviously, there was a push.
Team foul number 3, substitution by Kalisaan for Raider Hungatan.
Kalisaan returns
Shot clock at 14
for
seconds.
Papa Ray. Gamboa. Bothered by pagsanhan. Kalisaan. To Cuellar. Lucas. Spreads the ball out wide. Gamboa for 3. That won't work. Rebound ni Pagsanhan. Harvey looking ahead. Harvey trying to attack here. Maguliano. Stopped in his tracks. Masyado masikip. Maguliano is fouled by Cuellar.
Foul on number 26, JC Cuellar is third. Substitution, John Gandinato
Tatlo na yan
for Arvin Gamboa.
for Cuellar.
Joel Sabandal for JC Cuellar.
And JC Cuellar,
14 on the
or
shot.
Lucas Cuellar, gets a breather. Sabandal is back in the game. Had 6 points in the first half. 16 points ang inahabol dito ng Pangasinan. Hesed. Goes to Maguliano. Pass behind JP. Naago ni Maikes. Joe M. Taken away by Mabulak. Mabulak arriving late and it worked wonders para sa Pangasinan. Mabulak finds a way to score. And one para kay Mike Mabulak.
Number 9, Dexter Mike.
Now he's trying to be more aggressive and trying to get points para sa Pangasinan, but they're doing it out of their own hands. Ito si Michael Mabulak, to highlight more the struggles offensively for Pangasinan in this game. They're number 5 in fast break points in the entire league, averaging almost 20 points per game in that department. They're only with 8 in this game. San Juan has done a wonderful job of stopping the transition attack of Pangasinan.
Free throw of the game is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Let's see if the Heat Waves can whip up a late rally. Halfway through this fourth quarter, they press and they come away with a steal. Mike Mabulak again. Here's Mabulak, finds Pagsanhan, 2 points. Down to 11 ang lamang ng San Juan.
Excellent pass at the last moment right there. Galing kay Mike Mabulak. Good thing Pagsanhan made himself available for that one. Cutting to the rack.
Substitution, Cranial Veloria for AC Soberano.
And Cranial comes in for AC.
Shot clock at 14
Another
seconds.
ball handler for San Juan. Check out this fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme Magpalamig. Free installation for split type air conditioners. De Gregorio thought he got fouled. Gabo. They go back to Mabulak. Ball taken away by Kalisaan.
That was a frontal takeaway. He just ripped it right out of his hands.
Garinato. Aldrich. Joe M. Atake sa gitna. The bounce pass to Kalisaan. Another turnover for San Juan. De Gregorio is ahead of the pack. Mike D. Looks hurt as he went down, pero
Foul on number 11.
I think he will be
John
fine.
Gandinato.
2 free throws coming up.
That is first foul, 3 on the night.
Pwede niyang ibaba ang kalamangan dito to single digits.
At the line, shooting 2, Mike Di Gregorio.
Mike De Gregorio.
Let's see, even in that fast break opportunity, you could see the effort from the Knights still trying to run back to prevent an easy 2 points from Mike De Gregorio, because an easy 2 points would have shifted more momentum to the side of Pangasinan. Here, you kind of stop the action because of these free throws.
So perfect at the line, 4 for 4.
Royce Alforque for Joel Sabandal.
Pangasinan pulls to within 9 with 4 minutes and 18 seconds remaining. Royce Alforque is back on the floor replacing Joe M. Sabandal. Trap Viloria. The pass ahead to Galinato. Picks up his dribble. Viloria able to split the double team. Now, Craniel gets it to Aldrich. That's off the foot of Aldrich Ramos. Another turnover for San Juan.
Well, you know, if there's one team that can really kill you with their pressure defense, it's definitely Pangasinan. Coach Gerson has been known for that here in this league. It's just that he hasn't had that same type of personnel compared to that championship run that they had in Nueva Ecija.
13 turnovers, leading to 10 points. 19 turnovers to, for San Juan, leading to 20 points. Colliar gets it to Calisaan. Alforque is waiting, and Royce extends the lead back to 11. 66 to 55. Mabulak. De Gregorio takes it in. And a whistle going against Royce Alforque. Maybe, just maybe, nakita na ni Mike De Gregorio how he can operate dito for Pangasinan. As we bring you the assist of the game, brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Well, in this game, he's left no doubt that, you know, scoring inside might just be the way that he could get points on the board. I don't think he's taken a single jump shot in this game. And all of his points have come from the inside, if not from the free throw line.
And Jory Napoles will check in. 9 points para kay Mike De Gregorio. Two for two.
Jory Napoles for JP Maguliano.
And Napoles returns for Maguliano. Pagsanhan and Alforque. Getting reacquainted. Double team. Craniel gets it to Royce. He was able to get it across. 3:20 remaining. Remaining 9 points ang lamang dito ng San Juan. Alforque to Viloria. Back out to Colliar. 8 seconds to shoot. JC Colliar is fouled. Wala pa sa penalty ang Pangasinan. So it will remain
Foul on number 9
with San Juan.
That's such a poor foul, Sedelf.
It is.
Because it's a shooting foul.
A shooting foul.
And also, just the fact that the shot clock was winding down already, you've got to be able to be firm on your defensive schemes. If you're staying home with that corner guy, you stay home. Don't try to show out and prevent or try to swipe away that basketball from the guy with the rock.
2 for 2 for Lucas. Three minutes remaining. Hesed. Inside, Mabulak. Fouled by Aldrich Ramos.
Foul on number 17, Aldrich Ramos, his fourth substitution. Arvin Gamboa for Craniel Viloria. Next time, Mike for Aldrich Ramos.
And Mike Mabulak is back in the free throw line. And
Shooting two,
Aldrich gets a breather. Pangasinan doing well at the free throw line.
13 out of 15 now. Mabulak is 4 out of 6.
Second free throw doesn't drop. 10-point game. Gamboa spins away from trouble. And Forque now with Colliar. Half court. Lucas. Almost a steal by Gabo. Maikes bigay kay Colliar. Turnover.
A miscommunication coming from Colliar and Maikes there. Obviously not a lot of practice time yet between these two guys. And that's a turnover you can afford at this point. You're up by 10 points. Now you get back on defense, try to get one stop.
Napoles, down low they go. Mabulak, nabitawan ng bola. Alforque comes up with the steal. And Royce Alforque turns on the Jets and finishes. He's got 6 points in the ball game. Back to a 12-point lead. De Gregorio forcing that one. 2 free throws coming up para kay Mike DG.
Look at the burst of speed. This was the fumble by Mabulak, but look at the burst of speed by Royce Alforque. Look how quick he was able to get to the basket. Explosive steps going to the rack.
Grabe yun. Parang bigla na lang tumurbo.
Yun na nga eh.
70 to 58. Mike De Gregorio nasa free throw line. Just trying to keep the Heat Waves in the game here. They do need stops. 7 of 7 from the foul line. Still perfect. Pero mintis. Okay. That is last touch. Marvin.
A lucky break there for the Heat Waves. Now they have a chance to make this a 3-point turnaround. Possibly even 4.
De Gregorio against Colliar. Mike strip. Colliar with a steal. Doing it on both ends of the floor. Calisan got it. Left-handed scoop from Mike Calisan. He's into double figures. 11 points. Gabo, a 3. No. Fight for the rebound.
That's a
Napoles
foul.
is
That
there.
should be a foul. Good thing Napoles is okay. That's a very dangerous landing.
Nakakatakot nga yun. Abin dito. Ang nangyari. What a steal right there. Galing kay Lucas Colliar. And the give and go between the two big men. Parang layup line lang.
And that's why San Juan's been so tough to go against, because you don't know who's going to go for the basket. These guys just really trust each other so well. They don't mind kung sino talaga ang bubulusok sa offense as long as it's for the betterment of the squad.
8 points na si Napoles. Gamboa. Now with Maikes. Minute and a half remaining. Maikes. That is off San Juan, and it will go back to Pangasinan. Ng bola. And what a battle this has been here at the Phil Oil Center. We need a ceasefire. Minute and 35 left. Coach Gerson Cabiltes wants to call a timeout. We'll be right back. Michael Mabulak and Dexter Maikes. This was the matchup before the game. And Mabulak has 8 points. Parang humabol na dito si Mike because he was quiet for the first 3 quarters. Noong fourth quarter, gumawa na si Mike Mabulak. Although ito naman si Dexter Maikes, parang tuloy-tuloy yung contributions. But it's been a balanced attack so far para dito sa San Juan.
You're right. And you know, those numbers just proves to us how really there has been so much talent between these two squads in the front court. That's why both these guys weren't really able to get to the usual numbers that we're used to seeing from them in their other games, because both have been well defended.
Jore takes the jumper and knocks it down. 8-point game. Minute and 27 remaining.
That's a big basket, and it happened quickly para sa Pangasinan.
Timeout,
And the response from Coach Alex Angeles is a timeout. With a minute and 27 left, an 8-point lead for San Juan, and they want to take this home. We'll be right back. We have a minute and 27 seconds remaining dito sa Phil Oil Center. San Juan with an 8-point lead against Pangasinan in this North Division matchup. Marvin Gamboa, who's been solid. Oh, steal! Harvey. Counter steal by Royce. Naubusan lang siya ng spasyo.
He thought Mike DG was going to be wide open on that left corner pocket. Di niya na kita si Royce Alforque, got quickly to this spot and was there to try and steal it away. Lucky break for Pangasinan. Now they have an opportunity to cut this lead even further.
The rough Robin is in the game. Gabo to Robin. Robin layup won't go. Rebound Gamboa. Gamboa gets it across. And how big has he been? Ito si Marvin Gamboa. There was yung ano niya eh, yung ball handling duties niya. Ang dami ngayong game na to.
And look at the way he's handling that rock. Very tight handle for a big man his size.
You gotta love it.
He's not just trying to, trying to hide that basketball and dribble it away. He's actually going for those in and outs. There's a crossover happening.
And may ano pa eh, may gusto pang atake eh. Parang may threat lagi. And Arvin nails the free throw. It's back to 9 ang lamang dito.
Yeah, he's been deceiving the defense here in the second half.
9 points para kay Gamboa. Also has 8 rebounds. He misses the second. 74-63. Gabo, no. Gamboa rebound, fouled by Gabo.
Just too deep there, and I think once again, that's what the defense of San Juan was expecting. Crossed half court, Gabo, his eyes were directed towards the basket after that cross jab. There was just no passing to the other guys on the outside because there were also frontal denials by all the San Juan players.
Gamboa could not get into double figures yet.
He just really has to work on his free throw shooting.
9 points and 7 rebounds and 2 assists para kay Marvin Gamboa. Second free throw is no good as well. De Gregorio trying to split the defense, natapik. And that should do it. Gamboa, siya na ulit ang nagbaba ng bola dito. 10 seconds on the shot clock against Napoles. Picks up his dribble, bigay kay Alforque. Royce back to Arvin, a jumper, no. Hesed gets a running start. Gabo fires a 3, no. Napoles, stick back and 1. 6.7 seconds remaining.
I'm not sure this is going to be enough time for Pangasinan to overcome this advantage. Unless a miracle of biblical proportions happens here.
Napoles at the line trying to complete the 3-point play. He misses. Fight for the loose ball. Marquez has it. And that should do it. The San Juan Knights overcome an early surge by the Pangasinan Heatwaves before coming up with another stellar defensive effort to preserve this victory in the second half. A showcase of poise and composure from the Knights against one of the contenders in the north in Pangasinan. Ang ganda ng pinakita dito ng San Juan, grinding this one out for this victory.
Defensive masterclass as well. A team who's averaging 81.7 points per game was limited to only 66 points tonight. Total team effort, but you gotta give it to this guy. He was stellar here in the fourth quarter, Sidelf.
The best player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Without Orlan Omar, the ball would have to go to different players. And when Arvin Gamboa had that responsibility, he really took it upon himself para alagaan ng bola na yon and help San Juan pull off this victory, 73-66 over Pangasinan. Let's go to Mika Abisamis.
Maraming salamat. Congratulations, Arvin. Alam mo, ang dami mong nagawa sa larong ito. No? Napakalaki ng impact mo. Pati pag-alaga sa bola, nakatulong ka sa mga gwardiya. Kamusta ka pagkatapos nito?
Masaya. And ayun nga, binibigyan lang ako ni coach and ng teammates ko ng kumpiyansa. And lagi nilang sinasabihan na pagdating ng game, gawin ko lang yung gawin ko pero within the system. So, ayun.
At dahil nga medyo kulang kayo ngayon, yun nga ang nakita namin sa'yo. Alam mo, isa to sa pinakamalalaking challenges nyo, no? Lalo pagkatapos ng Nueva Ecija game. Sa tingin mo ba, more improved na itong team nyo pagkatapos nun?
Oo naman, day by day, every practice, tingin namin na nag-i-improve yung chemistry namin and yung samahan namin.
Maraming salamat. Meron ka ba mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Thank you to Senator Jinggoy, Boss Monching Talisayon, Boss James Go, Boss Dennis Abella, Go for Gold, 694 Bar, Abella Industries, 1914 Athletics, JS Yuang Musup, and kay Pastor Ferdy. And binabati ko yung family ko sa Caloocan, mga tropang 187, alam na si nanay, tatay, lagi nanonood, then airpads ko, airmats ko, mga tito-tita ko, mga lolo-lola ko, and yung family ko sa Iloilo. And hindi ko alam kung okay na siguro.
Maraming salamat, Arvin Gamboa. This best player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsors the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Sidelf and Javi.
Congratulations kay Arvin Gamboa, and it's nice to see Arnold Gamboa in the building as well. His dad, a proud dad of Arvin. Sinuportahan ng gusto ang kanyang anak dito. Biyaheng Ilagan, Isabela ang inyong liga, mga kaibigan. 6 p.m. Abra laban sa Caloocan. 8 p.m. Valenzuela laban sa Ilagan, Isabela Cowboys. For my partner, Javi Palanya, courtside reporter Mika Abisamis, and for all the men and women making up our team that is traveling to Ilagan, I hope we all see each other on Saturday, and we hope that we safely get there. Ito po si Dav Tupas saying good night from San Juan.